Welcome to the Great American Stampin' Show. My name is Jodi Reinert, and this is my Stamp with Jodi YouTube channel. If you're new here, the Great American Stampin' Show is a stamping competition. You'll watch my video, and then you'll follow the links to my 3 competitors' videos. And then after watching all of them, you will give a thumbs up to the one that you liked the most. We all love to hear your feedback, so be sure to leave us comments as well. So we've been doing this for about a year, and in the past we've focused on a particular stamp set and all created different projects with one stamp set. We have chosen different products like embossing paste or designer paper, and we've all created using those specific products. Today we have something a little bit different in store for you because today is our season 2 finale. So sit back, relax, and enjoy what we've got in store for you. And then don't forget to give a thumbs up and cast your vote. All right, let's get started. So we are focusing on this little gem on the bottom of page 22 in the new annual Stampin' Up! Catalog. On page 22, there are 22 different card layouts shown to you at the bottom of this page. And so what we're doing for this round of the Great American Stampin' Show is we are each choosing one of these layouts, and we're going to create a card with this design in mind. So I have no idea what my competitors have chosen. I am doing this card right here in the corner. Let me pull it up so you can see it just a bit better. So it's just got some different like strips of cardstock or designer paper. You can use whichever you prefer. For this particular card that I'm going to show you, I am letting my designer paper do the heavy lifting. So let me pull in the designer paper that I'm using. Now I'm second guessing myself. I think it's called Country Woods. If it's not, I'll be sure to make a note and let you know. But they are all different. Wood grain, very textured appearing designer paper. Obviously it's flat designer paper, but you can just feel that paint peeling off of that wood. It's a really, really artistic and cool package of designer paper. And then I'll flip it over so you can see the designs on the back side, and there are even more to choose from. So this is the paper I am using for my card design. Like I said, I'm doing this bottom right corner. Before I get started with my card, I marked a couple of pages because I want to show you something really cool and really intentional that Stampin' Up! Did with this catalog. So if you go in the catalog to page 61, you will see this little tiny icon. Let me pull it up so you can see it closer. You see that little tiny icon right there? That corresponds to this layout right here. So when they have samples in here that they used those layouts for their inspiration, they put a little icon up in the corner so that you can see. And it all goes back to page 22 and one of the 22 templates provided. So I just think this is a great resource that's provided in this catalog. If you haven't already taken some time to explore the new catalog, you'll see that more than ever, it is so much more than a catalog, an idea book. It's got different techniques in the back. There's just all sorts of good color theory. Come on, look at these pages. They are just so pretty. So there is a lot here. Make sure if you don't already have one of these in your hands, go ahead and request one from your demonstrator. If that is me, I am more than happy to get one out to you. Okay, so let me pull in some of my pieces here. I'm starting with a basic beige card base. So it's 8.5 by 11, folded in half. This is one of our new colors, basic beige. Let me see. I'm going to, yes, I've got some pecan pie. And I'm just going to start by attaching my pecan pie layer to the card. And this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So that will just be a mat right there on the card. And then I have pieces. And like I said, I'm using what I believe is called Country Woods designer paper. And I just cut some different pieces in advance that I'm going to put together on this card. So let me pull back in super quick, page 22. You can see it's different lengths, different little sizes. There's a couple squares, there's a couple rectangles, and then that piece that designates like where greeting would be. So I am going to start with this gorgeous piece. This is Pool Party, if you're curious, on that wood grain. So I'm going to put some adhesive on this and attach to the card front. Now I'm leaving a little bit of a margin so that you can see that pecan pie on the side and on the top. Now what I love about this card is that it is a masculine card. Now that doesn't, limit who you can send it to, but I know I sometimes struggle with masculine cards. I'm going to show you another card I made with this layout that is very feminine, that would not work for most of the guys in my life. So I needed to come up with some ideas that work for all the men in my life that have birthdays coming up that I want to create something special for. So I am just piecing all of these together, again, leaving that border around all the sides. And these are just different patterns from that designer paper. Oops. Now I've got adhesive on my hand. Okay, so I'll place this final one in, and you can see I've got several different sizes and shapes. And like I said, in this case, I use designer paper. Our papers are gorgeous. I like to do quick and creative cards. A masculine card, definitely designer paper is my go-to. You could take different pieces or colors of cardstock and do some stamping or even embossing on those. For me, today, I'm sticking with designer paper. Now, I have a couple of die cut pieces that I've done in advance because I am not sure whether I want the greeting to be this size, can go up here even, or this size. I don't know for sure which one. So I'm going to have you help me decide. I've got a couple of images here. I'm going to start with this background image in pecan pie. And I'm just going to stamp. Do I want to stamp off? You can tell I'm kind of making this up as I go. I think I do need to stamp off. Okay, so we're going to stamp on the scrap paper and then on here. Yep, definitely. Stamp on scrap paper and then on here. So this, I feel like I'm going to like this one better. This image goes off the cardstock, off the label, just a little bit on this one, but I think I'm okay with that. I feel like it fills the space a little bit better. But let me know what you think for sure. My second image is going to be stamped with early espresso, and it's just a simple happy birthday greeting. So I can just do it straight over that little background splash of color. Okay, so let's set this aside and decide which one we're going to do. So you can do one like this. Let me pull it up a little bit. Or the smaller one here. You can go down there. You could go up here further. Could go all the way over here. I think I'm going to land with it right in this area. And I do think I like the smaller one better. Okay. Obviously, you can choose whichever size you want when you duplicate this at home. I'm going to stick with this one. And before I attach it to the card, I'm going to pull in some stamping dimensionals to stick it on my card. But one thing I want to do before I attach it, so it'll pop up with those Stampin' Dimensionals and really be even more of a focal point. Before I do that, I'm going to take some of this linen thread and just, let's see, I'm going to wrap it around my fingers like this. Let me just kind of play with it a little bit and see I think that works. Okay, so I'm going to put some adhesive just right here on the designer paper. It will eventually get covered up by this, so I'm not even worried about where it landed there. So I'm just going to take my linen thread and just kind of press it into that adhesive. Might trim just a little bit off of this end. I don't mind it sticking out, but it's just a little bit much right there. And then peel the backing off of the Stampin' Dimensionals and then place it right over the top. Separate that a little bit now that it's in place. I like this a lot. It is so simple. If you follow my channel, you know that quick and creative stamping is what I'm all about. So I love the layout. I let the designer paper do the heavy lifting. It's gorgeous, so why not, right? It's a great masculine card. Just because it's masculine doesn't mean that we don't want to add some special things to it. So we've got the double layered stamped images there. We've got a nice die cut with details. I added a little bit of that linen thread and then finally just popped it up with Stampin' Dimensionals. Before I wrap this up, I do want to pull in the other card that I made with the same layout, but it has a totally different look. And this is just a great example of how much designer paper really does make a difference. So in this one, we've got that country woods, a little bit more of a masculine look. This one has flowers, brighter colors. These are new in colors. Summer Splash and Petunia Pop. It's got some ribbon, it's got some gems, but if you notice, it's got the exact same layout design with the different sizes and pieces of designer paper. So that is something I just wanted to pull in and show because I loved this one too. But I know if you're like me, sometimes it's a struggle to come up with the masculine card ideas. So I wanted to be sure to show you this one. So this is what I have for you today. I would love to have your thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to click through and watch all of the other videos. Watch Julie, Shannon, and Brandy. We have so much enjoyed having you along in season 2 of the Great American Stampin' Show. Thanks so much for watching.